Go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit, a live session, live and direct every single week, once a week, to answer your questions here live and direct. So, thank you so much for all you guys that are tuning in right now. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing because on this channel we talk anything and everything regarding credit, personal finance, tips and tricks on real estate, automotive, you name it. You're definitely gonna go ahead and find it right here. Now, a few little things that I always like to let everybody know. In the number on the screen, if you call that number at any time during this evaluation, during this live session, you will get offered a free credit evaluation. And the free credit evaluation pretty much entails of one of my credit analysts right here in house, going over all of the details of your credit report and obviously listening to what it is that you're trying to do with your credit and developing a plan in place to see how we can help you reach your goals in the quickest amount of time possible. So obviously, you'll get a free analysis that kind of breaks down everything that we're speaking about to include all the negative items that are currently holding your credit back right now at this moment. And obviously, we'll give you pricing, but again, there's no obligation to join the program. At the very least, take advantage of the free evaluation. It's only 20 minutes of your time, and you take home an analysis and a lot of information to kind of weigh out your options, right? When it comes to, navigating through your financial journey. So you're able to reach us right now with the number on the screen that you see right there. And also in the description below, you're going to go ahead and see a link that takes you over to our site. And I'll be able to text you from my number, the Calendly link. That way you guys have my number to answer any questions that you may have. But you'll be able to go ahead and post through the Calendly link. What I'm going to go ahead and do now, and I'll do a few times over during this live session. I'm gonna go ahead and post my give me a second here. I'm gonna go ahead and post my availability, guys. That way you guys see and schedule in right away as we speak. So right there, I just posted my calendar link. Click on that and lock in your appointments. Slots fill in very fast, so take advantage of the free credit evaluation by me and my team, and we'll be able to get you on your way as soon as possible. With that being said, I'm also going to go ahead and show some before and afters of current clients, how far have they gone, and what we've been able to go ahead and do for them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this off to give out some shout outs. Roxanne, what's up, Roxanne? Thank you so much for tuning in. She asked, can you help someone in Arizona? Absolutely, and thank you for that question. So we're able to service everybody nationwide. So even though we're located down here in my serve nationwide, and we have clients all the way in California, Puerto Rico, Alaska, Hawaii. We have them from all over the place. The interesting part of that is that in our program, we have a full transparent approach. So what does that mean? Everybody that signs up in our program is equipped with an online portal that gives them direct link or access to what my processing team is doing here for you guys. That way, anytime you log in 24/7, you see what's been done, what's been updated, and so on and so forth. And when the results come in or results updated within your credit report, it also tells you how many items that have been deleted and so on and so forth. And we communicate a lot with all of our clients to keep them in the loop as to what's going on at all times. We send all of our mail certified. That way there's tracking numbers for everything that we send out. And always, we always document every step of the way to always, show proof of our work, but also, to help our client as much as possible, since we're representing them through this credit restoration process. So, can we help from Arizona? Absolutely. We can help from anywhere in the nation. So hopefully that answers your question. Roxanne also asked, my son has an old medical bills, but I think he had insurance at these times. So Roxanne, what you do is you get an itemized bill from the hospital or clinic, and then you go back to your insurance provider to kind of go over exactly what should have been covered or not. A lot of these mistakes do happen, and a lot of people end up paying money that their insurance should have covered anyway. So always double check and make sure and ask for an itemized bill. However, if it's on your credit report, if it's on your son's credit report and it's affecting them, we love going ahead and disputing those, and we have a lot of success with them. And so bring them on over, and let's go ahead and do an evaluation just to get a better idea as to what we have to work with, and we can go ahead and give you some realistic expectations. So hopefully that answers your question there. Roxanne, can medical bills be deleted? Yes, anything on your credit report can be deleted based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act. However, when it comes to medical bills, The beautiful thing is that you see, look, when we dispute an item or we challenge the accuracy of an item, in this case, let's say a medical bill, we ask for all the documentation. In a sense, they have to prove to us that they have the right person and that they have all the details in place. But when it comes to that, they're going to be very restricted as to what information they can provide because it could be considered a HIPAA violation. HIPAA protects your medical records, and unless you sign off on them, nobody can have access to those. That restricts the amount of proof that they can provide, which makes it that much more simpler or easier to fight when it comes to removing medical bills from your collections. And so that's just a little bit of more or less what we do. We have a lot of success with them. So again, can't really confirm really until we do the evaluation, right? That's the whole purpose. So that way we're not guessing here. The whole purpose of the free evaluation is to go ahead and show you guys that things can actually be done and in what time frame can be done. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. NZ Print Co. So don't pay debt collectors. NZ Print Co. So that's a great question there. So no, initially you shouldn't pay debt collectors. The reason being is because, well, first off, when a third party or company you've never contracted with or dealt with over the phone comes over your phone, even if they regurgitate your personal information, doesn't mean that those are the right people. You could be dealing, like in my case, that happened to me a long time ago, with a fake debt collection agency, a group of people that buy your information off in the black market and come after you as a debt collector for debts that you actually can confirm on your credit report. That doesn't mean anything. So before you pay a dollar, go ahead and go through the validation process. It's within your right to go ahead and confirm and validate. And until they confirm and validate at the end, then we can negotiate maybe what's called a payment for delete, where you pay and they remove it off your credit report. You shouldn't do that unless you have it in writing or is it posted on your website or you request that in some way, shape, or form on their website. If they do that, then and it's in your budget, then go ahead and do it. I think it's well worth the investment considering how much your scores are going to jump up. However, if in the process of you validating or confirming a collection and it gets removed in that process, well, the only way something can get removed off of your credit report if it was deemed unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act guidelines. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't personally pay or deal with any company that, first off, I haven't dealt with from the beginning, and much less doesn't have enough information to prove that I actually owe their debt. Because if that's the case, then anybody can just walk up to anybody and say, "I'm so and so, you owe me $500 for your T-Mobile bill." Well, in that regard, you might say, well, who are you? This is kind of along the same line. So validating and confirming debts or collections or information that's on your credit report isn't really shying away from something. It's really just making sure that all your ducks in a row and it's both fair for you, the consumer, and the collector on the other end, or whatever company you're dealing with. So hopefully that answers your question on there. Watching Tisha, how much is it? So pricing is always based on the amount of negative items that you have. Can't really charge you the same as somebody that has one negative item as opposed to 80 negative items, right? That's the whole purpose of the evaluation. So even though it's free, towards the end, we're going to give you pricing. And even though there's no obligation to join our service, at least you have a better idea as to what's going on. However, we do have payment plan options, and we're amazingly affordable, and we work with everybody. So again, if you want to have an idea as to how much it's going to cost you, feel free to go ahead and call the number in the screen or the link in the description. And again, once again, guys, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my calendar link. That way you guys can go ahead and have my number and schedule your free 20-minute evaluation as soon as possible. Here we go. Going back, guys, because the comments are coming in. SBG, I previously used Billworth when you worked with them. Is it similar as I need to do this again? It's a little bit different, obviously. It's a totally different company with new implemented processes and more communication. So feel free to give us a call so we can go over more in details as to what we can actually do for you and within what time frame. So feel free to, again, to call the number in the screen or schedule with the link we've provided. Edwin Murillo, hi Ray, I would like to have a call. Edwin, please go ahead and call us on the number in the screen or schedule with the link. Again, I'm texting with the calendar link to go ahead and lock in your 20-minute evaluation. Watching Tisha, let me see, on website now, Thank you. You got it. Edwin Murillo, my credit is worse now after being 3 months in your program and your team never gave me an answer. Edwin Murillo. Do we have an Edwin Murillo? All right, got it. Edwin, I suggest that we're gonna go ahead and give you a call so we could break down. We document everything, all forms of communication via email and through your online portal, and so we can go ahead and break down and discuss. Remember, guys, that credit is a formula, and it goes based on 35% is payment history. There's availability of credit, which is payment history kind of affects the number one biggest factor in your credit score. So if you're in our program and maybe a new collection got added, or you missed a payment from an original creditor, let's say like a Capital One, that will drop your score. A lot of cases, regardless of how many times we tell people, not to apply for everything. Once their scores jump up a little bit, the next month we find out through the credit report that they have another additional 20 more inquiries. That can actually drop your score. And if you have any current open credit cards at the moment while we're fixing your credit, and you let that pass over 30% of your total utilization, that right there can go ahead and drop your score. We also send a very clear details from our processing team to you guys to go ahead and make sure that you guys are keeping up to date with your end as we go on our end. Our intention obviously is not to decrease a credit score. That obviously is not to our best interest. However, credit is a formula, and sometimes the client needs to be just as knowledgeable and updated through the process to work together as a team to maximize your scores as much as possible. So Edwin, expect a call here from us so we can go ahead and break down and send you copies of all forms of communication, and we can go ahead and track the guideline from when you started with us over until now, so we can see where the issue is at that moment. So expect a call here from us. Roxanne, does it hurt that they are old like years? Roxanne, if you could give me a reminder, please let me know what you're talking about. Chris Romero, can y'all get late payments I have made off my credit report? Yes, we can remove late payments and charge-offs and reverse them. However, they're a little bit more difficult and a little bit more time taking. So with that being said, even more of a reason on why we should do an evaluation to look into further the details on what late payments and what they consist of and how long they've been, account numbers and all that other good stuff, so that we can go give you a proper evaluation and some realistic expectations there at that point. Roxanne, will you do all the contacting the medical hospitals, or do I have to do that before I contact you, your company? We're going to be contacting everybody that's negative on your credit report, right? Any possible item that's negative on your credit report via letter and a dispute process. This makes sure that everything is documented and white, and we that. So do all the communication, and we work towards removing those negative items that are affecting your credit score, so that you could look a lot more attractive to the next bank, whether you're buying a car, a home, or trying to get a loan there. So hopefully that answers your question there. Pretend play with Gracie. Let me go up here. I have a question. Are you guys able to take off credit card debt from your credit report? Yes, we're able to take that off in the sense of removing information that is tied into that account, if that makes sense. Again, if there's more to what you're asking, I suggest let's go ahead and move forward with a free evaluation, because it gives us a better idea with you over the phone as to what we're talking about and what actually can be done. All right. SBG, Tisha, it depends on how much work your credit needs. Great. I think that was in reference to the pricing question that they were asking. Rich Garcia, I have been in this program for 4 months, paid $1,000 so far. My credit score is still in the same, and I started with a 700 score and a lot of inquiries. None of them have gotten removed yet. Rich Garcia? Yep. So Rich Garcia, we're on it. We're going to contact you just the same so that we can go over all the details, again, all the forms of communication and all the details that's happened since you started with us over to now. But you'll definitely get an answer. And the beautiful thing is that we document everything to include the activity within your credit and reasons why. So hopefully that there answers your question. And NZ Print Co., they haven't contacted me, but I see it on my report. Really want it gone. ENZ Print Co., reach out to us. Numbers on the screen, or schedule your free credit evaluation here with us. SBG, I will because my credit went up 100 points last time. Thank you for calling soon. Thank you, calling soon. Awesome. Look forward to it. Rich Garcia, I was told it takes 3 to 4 months to see big improvements. Big improvements. Now I'm at a 4 month, $1,000 later, $1,000 in that short of a time frame. Well, later, now they're telling me maybe it's 5 to 6 months. All right, Rich. So here we go. When it comes to credit restoration, guys, credit restoration is a process, right? No two people are the same. Meaning there's people that within the first 30 to 60 days, everything gets removed. There's other people that take a little bit longer, a few more months. However, guys, let's keep this in mind, and let's not forget why we're trying to fix our credit in the first place. What goal did we have in place? Whether it was buying a car, fixing your credit just because, qualifying for a home, regardless, at the end of the day, without the process of credit restoration, you would have to wait 7 years for something to fall off of your credit report. Regardless of how much somebody ends up spending here with us, is really microscopic, right, compared to the amount you're going to be saving because you have better credit. And again, the dispute process is just that. It is a process in place. Seeing what the creditors have, seeing what the collection agencies have, seeing what the credit bureaus have, and responding against that, proof, documentation, or lack thereof. There's different ways that we have to do it. And so with that being said, everything's a process. And so in your particular situation, without knowing any of the details, again, we're still obviously in the fight. We're gonna go ahead and reach out to you to go ahead and discuss further all the details, and we'll go from there. But again, guys, let's not shy away from the process of credit restoration and what our goals are. You didn't get your credit score to where it was at in the beginning overnight. And therefore, the process of credit restoration cannot be done overnight. It is a month-to-month process, and it's always depending on it. There's always a strategy based on who's sending what information and how we're going to respond back to it. However, again, like I said before, regardless of how much somebody spends within the time that they're in their service, it's you have to look at it as an investment, right? We're trying to take away years of negative information from your credit report within the shortest amount of time. So if that took 4 to 5 months to 6 months, or if it takes 7 or 8 months, then that's exactly the time that it needs to take. Regardless, it's still shorter than 7 years, a lot shorter than 7 years for it to fall off your credit report. And again, it's a process because the amount of points that you would have accumulated over time will save you money in interest, and obviously not giving any down payment. I mean, everybody knows the benefit of good credit, right? I hope that we're not really shying off from this. And so, Rich, when we give you a call, we're gonna show you what we have documented here for you. We're gonna show you the process. We're gonna show you what you've done since we started, and we'll show you what we've done since we started, and we'll compare the both. That way, all the information there is clear to you. All right. Pretend Play by Gracie. Are you guys able to take off credit card negative items? Yes. Pretend Play with Gracie also asks. I also have the same proven Mr. Murillo. I started in March. Credit score had went up. Got it. Let me see here. Also, credit bureaus have sent me letters. Only Experian. That's even beautiful. So we obviously have tracking numbers for everything that we sent. And so we'll be able to know exactly when it got there and the 30-day time frame. Remember, guys, that it starts within that time frame. Rich Garcia, that is not true. I have been contacted with Christian. There is nothing new. There's no new messages on my portal, and have done everything with you guys have asked. So, Rich, the evaluation, if you did speak to one of our credit analysts, Christian, after that credit analyst does your evaluation and you sign up to the program, your information gets transferred over to our in-house processing department. Christian has no more access to your account, since processing is the one managing the strategy and the dispute process, and they're the ones to go ahead and send you messages on all updates. They send you messages through your portal and your email. You have a 15-day follow-up and a 30-day follow-up. And we also follow up with you further to ensure that you're sending us all the correspondences or the results that you're receiving over from the credit bureaus. And so if you're still communicating with Christian, even though you've been in a program for X amount of months, then you've been talking to the wrong person. The right people to speak to is our processing departments, as they're the ones managing all the disputes, all the strategy, and sending and packaging everything for you via certified mail. And so, again, Rich, we're going to reach out to you and show you all the forms of communication, whether through its email or through your portal. And we'll clarify these things shortly. So definitely looking forward to speaking to you soon. Alicia Oberman, are you able to remove evictions from rental apartments and a credit be restored? It has been 2 to 3 years. Thank you. Yeah, we can definitely do that. If it appears on your credit report, it is subject to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And anything that's subject to the Fair Credit Reporting Act can be removed. It could be updated and it could be changed. And so, obviously, to answer your question, yes, it absolutely can be. Rashawn Butler, do you clean credit with a well-established CPN? No, we don't do that. We use the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and obviously different strategies that we have in place here with the dispute letters that we generate here for our clients. Chris Romero, if I can afford to pay y'all at some point, do y'all drop me, or how would I go about that? Obviously, communication is key. So if we got to split your payments in some way, shape, or form, that's what we'll do that. If we got to pause for a month, just so that you could get your money back or whatnot, we'll definitely go ahead and do that. And so, again, we're not here to take advantage of anybody. We're here to help you guys as much as possible. We understand that occasionally life does happen, and that doesn't take away from what we're willing to help you out with and provide for you. All right, so here we go. Here, Chris Romero, getting out of the program. Yeah, so again, if you're looking to finish with the program for whatever reason, we can just stop, and that's that. Romero's family, Ray, I'm a client of you guys, and I received a dispute letter. I received a dispute letter that could not be delivered to sender, which is the credit card company. Please advise. That's great. What you do is you get the copy, if you had a copy of the envelope with the certified letter and tracking number, and you send that over to the credit bureaus, saying that the address that was reporting on your credit report obviously is that they're not reporting accurately, and that in itself could be grounds for that account to be removed just off of that information alone. Or you can go ahead and file a complaint with the CFPB, and again, showing documentation of when it was sent, when it was documented, and the fact that it said cannot be deliverable. So that right there can help you out there tremendously. All right, guys. All right, so here's what we're going to go ahead and do. As the more questions still come in, let me go ahead and give you the opportunity to show you guys some results. Let me go ahead and switch over here. And there we go. So guys, the first set of results here, again, I'm going to show you what this is right here is an analysis. This is what everybody gets once they join into the program, whether you sign up with us or not. And this kind of details some credit information and everything in particular to your personal credit. So when this individual started here with us on May 1st of 2020, that's our company information, guys, if you guys need it. This is some credit information on here. And what we're looking for here is this individual came again here to us on May 1st, 2020 with a 584, 572, and 590. Guys, this right here is the analysis. You guys get to keep this as we send it in the form of a PDF copy. And it shows us here. Guys, this individual came over to us with 91 total negative items across 3 credit bureaus. And as you see here, most of them here is Department of Education, mostly here student loans, guys. Student loans, Victoria's Secret, but for the most part, student loans. And you see how old this is. Again, guys, in my experience, the older an account is, again, the higher the probabilities of this account being removed. He also had 11 inquiries, right? And a really high utilization, 99% utilization. We want this 30 or below. So out of $5,800, he came into our program with a total utilization of 5723, right? And so remember, guys, he came to us May 1. And so the next, this is his results as of um, June 15th, um, a month and a little bit more or so from when he started. And remember, he was in the 580s. And now, guys, he's jumped up to 618, 618, 633. Again, this is as of 6/15, 2020. And out of 91, he has 86 items. And again, this is just off of 1 month. And so even though these accounts got removed, such a short amount of time of accounts got removed, his score did jump up significantly. And we also work with our customers to go ahead and develop a plan in place and bringing these balances down. One inquiry came off, and again down to 61% utilization, way better than 99. But again, working this down to 30%. So guys, not bad at all so far after 1 month. And again, this is a process, and this is what we're gonna go ahead and do, guys. Also, we send this to our clients as well, as a little kind of a quick little summary as to what's gone on within the time frame. Right, this is another set of this is just something else that we send to kind of summarize and keep our clients up to date as to what's going on. 46 points, 34 points, and 43 points across the three credit bureaus. Total 6 items deleted, and this is what got deleted. Right, inquiry. We also got a 30-day late from JP Morgan Chase. All of those got deleted. So for the individual that was asking if late payments can be deleted, here we go. Proof right here. We did it for this client over here. Again, another 30-day late got deleted, and this one was referring to 2 60-day lates getting deleted. All right, guys. So that customer right there is just off of 1 month. Client number 2, we got client number 2. This individual here started with us on February 24th of 2020. All right, and they came here to us with a score of 591, 595, and 593. They came to us with 9 negative items and a total of 14 inquiries and a 56% utilization, right? So again, we want that at 30 or below. Let's go ahead and see where he's at now, 6/17 of 2020. So as of June 17th of 2020, he is now in the 695, 678, and the 690. Out of the 9, let me see here. Yep, 9 still remain on here. However, inquiries got removed, and his utilization would have gone down to 15%. So that right there in itself was great so far. All right, and if we go in here, again, over 100 and something point increase. As you see, guys, the total availability of credit right there, as you reduce your balances over time, can definitely help you out in the long run. All right, guys, and let's go ahead and discuss client 3. This individual started with us on February 11th of 2020, and let's go over here. 655, 641, and 642, with a total of 6 items and 13 inquiries. And great utilization, right? 3,000 out of the 12,000 that he has available. And let's see where he's at today. Let me see here. Now this individual's in the 741s, 728, and 704 since he started. And he, out of the 9, he has 1 remaining, 14 inquiries, and his utilization is way down to 1%. And he also got an increase from $12,000 to $13,000, which is also great there. And as you see, guys, this individual started here with us on February 11th, and June 18th, he's in the 700s. So again, guys, everybody's different, and everybody takes different time frames. But again, over time, well worth it. There's obviously 1 account remaining. And so this should jump up quite a bit once that account gets removed. And then, working on the inquiries after that. So guys, just keep in mind that, this is just, again, proof that over time, don't expect results in the first 30 days, even though that's what we're obviously hoping for. However, we understand that these type of things do take time. And so the accounts that got removed very recently, even though it took this whole amount of time, that's exactly what needs to happen, because based on the information that they send to and from us on a month-to-month basis. So that should give you some more kind of clarity as to what I mean, that the process of credit restoration actually does take time. So guys, let me go ahead and come back with you guys on some of the questions on here. Let me try to see where I left off here. um, Here we go. Let me make sure that we getting into the program. Ramos family. Ray, I'm a client of you guys. Okay, that's we did read that one. Rashawn Butler. I'm saying I have a CPN with very good credit. One medical bill I need removed. Is this possible? Rashawn, go ahead and give us a call for the evaluation. We'll go ahead and take a look at your credit report, see what we have to work with, and we can go definitely based on that. Israel Tindo, what's up? Israel's actually a current client of ours. So what's up, Israel? Rich Garcia, okay, thanks. I'll be waiting for the call. Appreciate it. And I understand it's a process. I'm sticking with it. We'll see what happens in the next few months. You got it, Rich. Expect our call here shortly. Jasmine, my ex never paid off a car. Now I have money to pay it off, but I don't want him to benefit from how my hard work, and he has never taken care of it. What can I do? Jasmine, is who is this reporting to? Is this reporting on your credit report, that car, or is it reporting on his credit report as well? Please clarify on that. Um, can old car repos be deleted? Yes, the older the better, the easier. But again, can't really say much without the details here in front of me. But I used to have a car repossession from before, way back in the days. um, and so I was able to get mines removed. So definitely can do it, and we've removed plenty of repos, to know more or less what we have to work with. So please go ahead and give us a call or schedule with the link in the description, or the link that I've posted there directly from my Calendly. Um, Dimples Deep 72. Question: in the case of someone in a car accident 2 years ago and the loss of a job caused closing and charge offs of many late occurrences and maxed out, would you recommend bankruptcy or clean credit? It depends, right? First off, how old are these accounts? I know you mentioned 2 years, but how recent did these charge off late payments happen? How much in total is the debt? Sometimes it may not even make sense if the debt is not really that significant. And you know what? I always recommend the process of credit restoration first, because it's way more economical than bankruptcy. And you never know that based on the information that's on there, items may be possible. It may be possible for certain items to be deleted, which will ultimately improve your credit score and get you back where you need to be credit wise. And so always look for either or. Also, depending on the type of debt and in your state, the statute of limitations may be passed for some of the accounts that you have, meaning that those companies or collection agencies cannot sue you for that debt. So again, it may not make sense to go ahead and do a bankruptcy, since they can't sue you anyways. You might be better off waiting out the statute of limitations, or the amount of time that an account can be on your credit report. But again, there's different variables, right? You can do an evaluation here with us and kind of shop around and see what your options are. But for the most part, that's my suggestion when it comes to there. JC asked, how many points does a credit score go up per item removed in reference to the late payments? So again, everything's a formula. 35% of your score is payment history. So if you had perfect credit and one account goes into collections or a late payment, your score can drop up to 100 points. However, if you're able to reverse that, it all depends on what else is remaining on your credit report after you deleted or reversed that account. And all those other things play a factor, because you can have everything negative on your credit report, and if we wipe everything clean, that your credit score is going to be zero. It all really depends. I've seen it go up 10 points. I've seen it go up over 150 to 200 points. Again, it depends on other factors like the age of the account, how much the limit was, the balance of the account, all these other factors that really, dictate how much the score goes up. But for sure, late payment is 35% of your score, the biggest factor. So collections and late payments are a negative reflection of your payment history patterns. If we're able to remove that, then it can work against you or for you. And so, keeping that in mind, at least it should at least inform you as to the how much weight a late payment has on your credit report. All right. Edwin Murillo, thanks, Ray. I'm staying positive. I know it will be worth it. I have learned so much from you and your team. Thank you so much, Edwin. Definitely moving forward. Jake Howard, hey Ray, wow, I didn't expect you to do a live stream today. Awesome. Well, you never know. You never know sometimes. Um, Jake Harvard, hey Baron. Oh, hey Baron, how you doing? Baron is also one of our clients here in our program, and so we're looking forward to some great results here for you. Um, Ramos family. Hey Ray, I received new dispute in from a bankruptcy result. Still remains. Why would it be 4 steps of trying to delete this account? So when it comes to removing bankruptcies, if it comes back verified, then we follow up with a method of verification, or follow up by requesting the procedures of removing a bankruptcy, or how they relay information over to the credit bureaus, which they don't. And so we can definitely catch them on a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, because the credit report posts the source of the information that's on there as the courts. And we know that the courts do not release any information from anybody to a third party like Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. And so the way that bankruptcies report on their credit report is kind of not realistic, or really not telling you the truth, because they're not getting that information from the court system. They're actually getting it from LexisNexis, yet they have the source of the information as the court, when it shouldn't be, if that makes sense. And so there's always a step for that process. But again, even though that there's steps, the benefit definitely outweighs that time frame that you might be waiting. So all in due process. Dimples Deep, I really appreciate you taking the time to give me that insight. And I've been linked to you for a minute, but this live made me jump right on. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I do better with lives with someone that's just viewing. Awesome. All right, guys. So that right there in itself kind of cuts it off for the live session today, guys. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. If I said that I was going to go ahead and call you, I'll definitely call you. Guys, I'm going to leave the link to my Calendly right there. So again, to take advantage of the free credit evaluation, it's only 20 minutes of your time, and we gain a lot of insight as to what's on your credit report. We love to hear what your goals are, so that we can go ahead and kind of meet them together and get you those results and get you on your way as soon as possible. And if not, then at least you take away a lot of information to include with that beautiful analysis that kind of details and highlights everything there for you. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends, and on to the next episode on Keeping It Real with Credit. Peace. Thanks, guys.